Random Kristian show. I just totally screwed up. And there.
People are strange when you're a stranger. Faces
and we're being strange because there's strange things that happen in this world. And if you're going to be strange, welcome to our lair. That's right. Welcome to my strange lair. We're all freaking strangers, okay? In a big, wacky, wild world of strangeness. We're the randomly strangest strange guys ever. Especially with weirdo Jim Morrison. He's a freak. Partied with him hard way back in the day. Total loony. But he was a sexy man and made me question my own sexuality. In a weird way. Because we were strange. Get it? That's called a hook. Right. Okay. Anyway. All right. Hey. Yes, it's the Thursday edition of the old Random Kristian show where we're being strange and weird and got all sorts of weird things going on. And in fact, speaking of weird, I'd like to introduce Captain Weird. That would be Mr. Matthew. Matthew, how are you, sir?
Good. I am good. Although it's like mirror when I'm looking at this. It's all backwards.
Wait, I'm moving to the left. No, I'm moving to the right. I'm moving.
Wait, but no, now it's not.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Oh my god. Nerd.
Let's see. I can wear my regular glasses.
Oh, wow.
Maybe.
In fact, do you like my new spectacles?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, got some new specs. I'm cool.
Spectacles? Those are nice spectacles.
Yes, thank you very much.
Although it's weird, you're over here, but
Matt, it's just a.
But I look at you and it's like over
there. And
it'll give me a few minutes and I'll be cool.
All right, cool. So, hey, I have to say just, and I know nobody else really cares except me and Matt, but my new internet connection thing that I did, working pretty darn good.
Excellent.
So, excellent. Smithers, release the hounds. All right. So, like I said, Captain Weird, Matt is here with us. And Matt, we know you were on a secret mission Tuesday.
I was.
Yeah. We all know you're.
It was successful too. I had a very successful mission.
A sexful mission, yeah. Sounds awfully sexy, baby. Yeah.
It was very sexy.
All right.
I don't want to make you jealous. But I butter basted some ribeyes.
Whoa. Okay, that's
best secret mission ever.
Way too much information there, Matt. I don't know what your term for butter-basted ribeyes is, but
I think it's pretty universally known what I mean when I say butter-basted ribeye.
I like ribeyes. Okay. So you got a lot of sex, right? Then, no.
Not a lot.
All right. Okay, I'm being personal and weird, and that's the topic of the show today. Really. Is quirky little things that we all seem to really enjoy. As I stated on the Facebook page and whatnot, that I enjoy. I don't know why. Ever since I found out what it was, but I've always noticed it when I was younger, especially in numbers. Palindromes, which is something that's the same forward as backwards. And for some reason, it never clicked with me that a palindrome can also be a word when I was younger.
You thought it was only numbers?
Younger, I meant like 30 years old. What?
You always thought, I mean, you always just...
Yeah, I thought
assumed it was numbers. I mean, not...
Yeah, I'd see like the number 101. And so I don't remember who it was. I can't remember if it was a teacher or, a weird cousin or somebody, but they pointed out, they're like, oh, that's called a palindrome. It's the same forward as it is backwards. And I was like, oh. And I had this moment where I was just like, that's all I did was I'd recognize them wherever they were. We'd be driving along and be like, hey, that's a palindrome. Hey, that's not a palindrome. That's not a palindrome. That's not a palindrome. And, like my parents would be like, shut up.
Well, I was going to say to your dad, would he go, bam, now that's a palindrome for you, because I did it earlier and I did it again, and I'll do it later.
And it could be a repeating palindrome if you don't shut your yapper.
Trying to drive here, kid.
Yeah.
Anyway.
By the way, I don't know if you noted my Iron Man mug. Yeah.
Iron. Hey, speaking of Iron Man, we started watching all the Marvel Universe movies. I've only seen Iron Man 1 and Iron Man 2, and none of the rest. And on Disney Plus, they've got them all. And then they have, they always have like, because you watch blah, 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 here's a bunch of stuff. So going through the categories, one of them is the Marvel Universe in chronological order.
I was going to say, are you doing it in the chronological order?
Well, heck yeah, we are.
Stories are supposed to play together.
What?
Right? You're doing them in the way like the stories are supposed to play together, right?
Right. In the timeline, not the release dates.
Okay.
Because as you well know, we did that with Star Wars, and wow, that was 2 months I'll always cherish. That was really fun.
And never get back. But hey, you enjoy that, and I mean, I know if I had that time to do it, I would. Yeah. And
not having kids really helps.
Well,
it really helps.
Yeah, it helps kill all your energy and time and free will and spirits and
all that. Wow. But they're great, aren't they?
Yeah. So anyway, I was talking about palindromes, which are the same things forward and backwards, and I delight heavily. And I know there's not a lot of people that do it. Now, do you remember, Matt, in San Luis Obispo, there was a pizza shop called Palindromes?
Was it a pizza place? No, I don't.
No, it was called Palindromes. It was over off of...
Wait, what was it?
Palindromes.
I thought you said it was a pizza shop.
Yeah, it was.
Was it a pizza shop?
Yeah, it was called...
And I thought it was a clothing store where all their prices were palindromes.
No.
Oh.
Maybe they sucked at pizza and decided to make clothes out of their pizzas.
I could Google it.
It could very easily happen. Oh, I forgot to. If you are watching, looks like
my brother has something to say.
What's
a swim called? It's called an upside down word, dude. No, what are those?
The same rights. Same rights. Okay, so Paul is asking, what are words like swims called? The same right side up and upside down. Paul, you really are tapping into probably
telling this guy to use Google
knowledge, and Google or Safari or DuckDuckGo.
I forget what those are. Those are
Paul. If you listen for a little while here longer, you'll realize pretty much I'm a moron, and I just kind of bounce off of other logical facts that I surround myself with smart guys like Matt and Brian, and it makes me look good. But what doesn't make this look good, baby? Yeah. All right. So, yes, that's right. As I was just thinking about it, it's called an ambigram. Yeah. So, Paul, suck on that because I knew it and nobody else did.
And nobody helped him at all. I swear I did not send him that in a private message.
Nobody sent that to me in a private message that I just happened to notice come up on my screen. So, anyway, everybody, welcome to the show. Again, weird, quirky things that we all seem to enjoy. And I have some others, but okay, so Matt, do you have any little weird? Well, I know you like a lot of weird, quirky.
I do a lot of weird things, but I was
talking about your bathing ritual. So
not really awake this morning.
Oh, okay.
When I read your message and I texted my wife and I was like, here's she's like, well,
Tell
okay,
me something weird and kooky that I did.
here's something weird that I notice about people is the way they walk, and especially wacky walkers.
Oh.
They're, I mean, and not to make fun of them, but mostly to go.
Oh
Now,
no, we need to make fun of him.
you do see what I'm seeing, right? That person takes 2 steps and then a little hop, and then 2 steps and a little hop. I'm not missing that. I mean, I'm not making that up, right? Or like fat people, like I'm fat, so I can make fun of them. Fat people like go like walk like this, like wah, 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 and like a duck, and like wah, wah. It's like, come on, man. Your arms don't need to swing like this. You can walk like a normal person. Please do.
They do the Fred Sanford walk or Red Fox. He's got his arms kind of behind. Lamont, come on,
Yeah,
I'm gonna give you
and it's just like
reasons for being a dummy. Dummy, come here.
big dummy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm looking at Palindrome's Pizza
Well,
to see if it.
it's probably a clothing shop now, and it's really cheesy. It was a pizza, and
No, there was Palindrome's Pizza, restaurant San Luis Obispo on Palm Street. Huh, that's weird. I thought that was a clothing store.
Okay,
I never
there you
ate
go.
there. So yeah, it existed at one time,
and we were doing. I'm doing the Monty Python theme for you because number one, I think it's kind of cool, but
the Department of Silly Walks.
Silly Walks. There we go. Yes.
Which is what I think of every time I see a wacky walker.
Yes.
I'm like,
did you know
is that registered? Did you register that walk with the? Do you have a permit for that thing?
The Ministry of Silly Walks?
Yeah.
They actually have signs over in England or Britain or the United Kingdom, however you want to call it. And yeah, I'm leaving
Not
the
America.
in the background for a little bit. No, but well, I'm thinking about doing it because we've got a sidewalk in front of our house now. And I didn't have a sidewalk in front of our house before. So, upgraded. Went and got myself a sidewalk. Now I'm going to be all fancy and stuff. No, there's signs up there that people will have put up that says the next block you have to is Silly Walk Zone. And people will see it and actually start walking silly. And
Like, why wouldn't
so
you, though?
awesome. I know, right? It's so cool. So anyway, I was very.
Did I disappear there for a second when I did that?
I don't know. What'd you do?
This? Can you still see me?
Yeah, I can still.
Oh, good. So that means I can open up another tab on my laptop and I don't disappear. Unlike on the phone where I would disappear.
Yeah, you disappear.
So,
Nope. See, Matt, the technology worked this time. And except for the fact of when I opened up and I hit the wrong button to play the intro music with the doors, everything has been going perfect.
Right,
So,
of course.
Yeah, so suck it with your negativism and all that. So, sorry.
I'm just being realistic, man.
I know.
My realism. How's that?
Our track record has proven itself quite thoroughly. So,
yeah.
Yeah, I know.
It's not like I'm making stuff up.
Yeah, you are making
Stuff. What the stuff? Oh, and one other thing. This is something that I came up with that I do that's weird. That my wife's like, how do you know that? But so let me get in front of my camera better. So when you're driving and I go, oh, look at that. It's a 1973 Porsche blah, blah, blah. I think they only made 1,000 of those. That's pretty rare. It's crazy that we saw that here in that color.
Right.
Other colors are not rare. And my wife, how do you know that kind of weirdness? That's what I do. I notice odd cars out and about.
Okay, so that's kind of called Clavinism, because it's a well-known fact that back in the day, the Mayans actually invented the wheel before ancient caveman. And
the Mayans invented television.
Well, you would think that there, wouldn't you, there,
I would.
Eddie? But let me knowledgeify you here a little bit on how the old Mayans had created the interweb. First came cell phones, which were made by bashing rocks against their heads. No, all right. No.
And that's why they built all the pyramids. Those were the cell phone towers.
Yes. See?
He said, "Hey, how you doing?"
They were just big upside down megaphones. That's what they were.
Oh, okay.
So somehow those are broadcast towers. Yeah, if you stand on
cool.
top and yell, I'm sure.
Cool.
Unless you slide off and then it's then there's no more broadcast towers. So but yeah, quirky little things. Yeah, exactly. But that's more, like I said, a Clavinism, because you're just repeating random odd facts at this point.
Well, but
you know it.
I notice them. That's a weird thing that I notice is odd cars out there. I might not know everything about them, but I'm like, oh, look at that weird thing. I wonder what that is.
Oh, you see that Datsun B210 right there? There was only 5,000 of those ever made.
Well,
no,
in March and through March and April.
But it was an odd year. It was an odd year. So
that was
1969.
So what other weird things do you do, Mr. Palindrome?
Yeah. And I don't know why I like I said, at first I just noticed it. It was as just a cool thing that I noticed, as a kid when it was brought up to me, and then I was always looking for it. And then, like I said, I found out that words like mom, pop, dad, poop, those are all palindromes. Boob. Boob.
Saboobs.
Saboobs. Oh, it's the little things, unless they're big things, and then hello. So I don't know. That was one thing that I really I took such great pleasure in. Another thing, and I was thinking about this earlier, and I just remembered, is I will crunch numbers in my head, just randomly crunching numbers, not crunching, sorry. But it's what
for math problems that don't exist.
Well, yeah, like
what if you added these two numbers together? What would happen?
Well, what I'm trying to think of, okay, so like I'll see an address, okay, and okay, like there'll be this address, okay, 1534. I don't know, 1534. Okay.
Oh, gotcha.
I will sit there and I'll go, okay, so 1 minus 5 is 4, so that's the 4 on the end. 3 plus 5 is 8. 8 minus 4 is 4, so there's a 4. 1 plus 3 is 4, and I'll start, just randomly crunching numbers all around.
I'll do that. I mean, and it's a way to remember the number.
Well, yeah, I mean,
like, what does that number do?
Yeah, I mean, it's not that I really remember the number. I guess maybe in a way I do, but I don't really.
But you remember that address, 1584.
Yeah, 34.
Oh, yeah, see, and I didn't crunch the numbers.
I
didn't crunch the numbers, and you did.
Yeah, so there you go. Well, but yeah, that's another little weird, quirky thing I do, or even like on a phone number or something. Like an old number I used to have. Well, maybe, I don't know. I probably shouldn't say that. Let's just make it, 8675309. Okay, so 8 plus 6 is 14. 14 minus 7 is 7, and, et cetera and so forth. And
I can dig it. Well, like my current phone number, the reason, like, we were given, when we got our cell phones, like, these numbers, and there were, like, 3 or 4 of us on a group plan. Mm-hmm. So, like, who's going to get what number? I chose my number because the doot and the doot add up to 100. And why is that important? It's not. It's just kind of cool.
I got you. All right.
So next time you look at my phone number, you go, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It does add up to 100.
So all right, and I'm throwing out here on the chat that because I see people watching, and I'm asking you, but I'm also going to type it in here because I know you'll see the chat as well, baby.
Okay.
And I don't know why I keep going into that little weird voice.
Were you watching
Austin Powers?
Austin Powers lately?
No, haven't. And
Or is it just because
I
you're bald and
I miss it. I absolutely love that movie. And so we want to know who you are out there. Is basically what's going on. And
who watching that?
can you hear it?
I can. The Who. Oh, nice bass. Boom.
Yeah, it's kicking in,
Oh,
baby.
the setup's working pretty good here. I'm rather enjoying it.
Hey, it's the best setup money can buy for a cheap and streaming program that I broke down and paid for because I couldn't figure out how to do it the free way because I'm so technologically I guess I don't know, I probably shouldn't use that word, but retarded. So
I'm going to have to break down and buy a cord for my camera and a microphone, huh?
Microphone. So
we got to start making money from this soon. Pay for all this. Right, I get 20%, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and Brian gets 20%.
Brian gets 20%.
And speaking of Brian, while we were messaging earlier, and you said that the reason why the palindrome thing came up was what 12021 is a palindrome, and then Brian said that 12121 is also a palindrome, and then I had to go and see like what else was palindromes and realize that all the way through like 12921 are all palindromes.
Now what? Wait, okay, yeah, and I saw that. I'm sorry, I turned.
Yeah, so 12921 is a palindrome because the 9 is the pivot. Just like the 0 was a pivot when you said 12021 was a.
Okay, well, how does 29? I don't.
Well, I'll type it to you in the private chat. Yeah, you guys, people, you don't know if we're talking about you or not, do you?
Yeah, that's right.
Probably not. I mean, we'll just. It's
What is the Masked Singer? Am I that out of it?
No.
Show on Fox or something.
Yeah,
right?
and honestly, after halfway through the second season, I kind of said, bah. I didn't really care. What was I going to? Oh, so 12921. 12921.
Oh yeah, okay, I see it. I get it.
See, right. and then that I didn't want to say this in our chat to save it for the show, but whenever anyone points out this kind of thing, like, oh, the date's a palindrome, I'm like, oh yeah, it is. It's pretty cool, but they show up way more often than people realize.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's all the time.
I mean, every year is just chock full of them. But we as humans like patterns. Right? We like patterns.
Oh, really?
Patterns help make sense of things when you know what I mean. So it's not, life isn't so chaotic when there's patterns.
So it's more comforting.
Yeah,
it's as humans, we want something that's comfortable, so we find something with a lot of familiarity, and it makes it comfortable for us.
Well, and then you can predict if there's a pattern. Then you can predict something. So when something does happen, you go, oh, okay, it's exactly like I thought it was going to happen, and that's cool. But at the same time, like when you're a kid and you learned about the palindromes, you weren't comforted by it. You were just intrigued. I mean, because it is really cool.
Because
but then you learned
I invented palindromes.
You did, and they weren't around until what, 1972. How old were you?
I'm not sure. I was probably about 572. Okay, that was back in my days. Yes, of course. And in fact, when I invented numbers and letters. Yeah, that's a ticket.
Ticket.
Yeah. No, how old was I? I think I was probably in like fourth or fifth grade.
Oh, okay.
So
So
somewhere, I mean, I was real young. And that was a long time ago. So thanks for making me feel really old because
sure.
you got older, and so now you've got to bring everybody else down with you. I get it.
Well, I'm just what makes me happy is that you're older than me. No matter how old I am, you're always going to be older.
And I.
But this will make you feel better. My brother's older than you, so he's really old.
Oh,
Old man.
Like old man.
Is he still watching now, or did he just slam off Facebook Live? Screw these guys.
I'm gonna go over and beat up my little brother is what I'm gonna do.
He can't. That's what you get for moving away, sucker.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, that's kind of cool. I did not know that we recognize them too familiar. Now, is this a documented fact that you found out about, or?
I read it somewhere.
Yeah,
multiple places.
Oh, so it's not just one source. You have
it's not just something I read on the internet. I may have actually read it in a real it's some McDonald's already, man. You can get 10% off on a beverage or something. You save yourself a dime.
Okay, yeah, I will admit that I'm old enough to where I get a senior citizens discount now at my local store on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Hey, man. And I hope you're not ashamed to take it, because why not, man?
No, because first off, none of the checkout guys have asked me, right? Male guys. But I've had some young ladies go, "Oh, sir, are you available for the senior citizens discount?" I've been like, "How old do you got to be?" And they go, "Well, you have to be, 55. Sign me up. Hello. They don't even ask for my ID. They just, boom, slap it on there, and it's good to go. And I am saving some money. Boom, boom, boom.
Now, are they looking for silver foxes or?
Actually, yeah, maybe.
Because if you are, eligible for a senior discount, maybe you'd like to go get a coffee or something. I'd like to save 10%.
And yeah, we can go out, and I will look to save a little money while I'm taking you out there, baby. Now I'm happily married, and I don't want to go out with anybody except my wife.
There you go.
She's my hottie. What is up? So yeah. And speaking of hotties, here's a little sweet emotions for you, baby. What's up? Yeah.
This band was on my no playlist at work.
Why?
I don't like Aerosmith.
Really? I mean, I'm not a huge fan. They actually put on a good show. I've seen them twice because I had free tickets through the radio station.
Well, free? I mean, that's... Yeah. Why not?
And I saw them with, believe it or not, Bon Jovi, who put on a hell of a show. I was very, very shocked.
Well, and I have to admit that if I had free tickets to go see Aerosmith, I would go see Aerosmith, and I would probably enjoy myself because, they do have a handful of songs that I really do like. But
I mean, I wasn't there to idolize the band, but I was like, hey, man.
Free live music.
And I got to bring chicks and, back in my partying days. So I remember most of it, actually, unlike the Police concerts that I went to back in the day.
Oops.
Which really bums me out because passing out before, one of my favorite band's concerts from back in the day and hey, what happened, man? We're already on our way home, dumbass. You passed out about 3 hours ago. Yeah.
Oops.
And your brother says he's looking forward to his senior discount. I thought you said he was older than me.
He is. He's just probably doesn't go to McDonald's.
Or is that some kind of weird euphemism for him getting
Maybe
an
he
all
thinks he
old
needs to
lady
be
letter?
62. Who knows? Come on, Paulie.
Yeah. So, okay.
Look into the senior discounts at your local grocery store. You never
hey,
know what's available till you
hey,
try.
Paul, what is your weird little quirky thing that you enjoy? Yeah, you got one? Like apparently watching The Masked Singer and knowing the theme song from that? No,
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah. Um, so the weird, quirky things that we all notice in this world. I mean, okay, so Matt, you said you notice people walking a little differently. Um,
Not just a little differently, wacky walking.
well, yeah. I mean,
And I do call it, I'm going to look at this wacky walker. I mean,
okay, that was witty, Paul. Paul just goes, yeah,
yeah. Yeah, what, dude?
yeah. What's your? Come on, you got to be a freak like us, Paul. I know your brother. You guys are from the same gene pool, so there's something weird that you notice that you take exact pleasure in. I still use my Wii. Oh,
That's not
well,
that weird. You notice that you still use your Wii. That's weird that you just noticed it. No.
well, no, a lot of people consider the Wii outdated. I mean, it's like the N64.
Yeah.
I mean, and you know what? I don't know why I loved the N64 because the Star Fox game on there was awesome.
See, I never played that. I didn't have an N64.
Oh, I basically
But-
got the game for that because I saw it at a like a Circuit City or something. Do they even have Circuit Cities anymore? They're all closed, right?
They're all done, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
I think Best Buy is like the only real electronics store out there, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
But I remember being at one of those super electronic stores, and they were on a big screen thing, and they were showing
up in the Bay
Star
Area
Fox.
were you at a Fry's?
No. But yeah, no, I remember Fry's, which I know there's only a couple left.
Yeah.
They're getting small and very limited. And by the way, just a quick plug here to Los Gatos Auto Tech. Wait,
I saw
I'm gonna
you
make
told him you were going to give him a shout out, so you should look this up. And while you're looking it up, I have to say that so my brother still uses his Wii. I still use my Sony PlayStation 2. I'm in the middle of playing a game that I bought brand new 15 years ago.
really?
Gran Turismo 4.
Oh,
I still play that every once in a while, and I'm actually getting the bug again to fire it up and do some more racing on it for a little while.
Really?
Yeah, I think I need to bump up to a new license level and do a couple things. And
I'm trying.
mostly, what I really want to do is soup up a bug.
Oh well, who doesn't?
Well, yeah, but I was watching a Herbie movie, and I was just like, oh yeah, there's a 1949, I believe it's a 1949 VW Beetle in GT4, and so I'm going to soup it up.
Oh, on the game. I thought
On
you
the
were talking
game,
about,
yeah.
like-
Oh, I would like to do it in real life too. Shoot, a buddy of mine has a project one he's been working on that he's got it's so tricked out. When that thing's actually up and running, it'll be pretty badass.
Nice.
But
I'm sorry. I'm trying to find.
bunch of Porsche parts on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, thing's pretty. It's going to be pretty nice when he's done.
I'm trying
Some
to find
fiberglass work and stuff. So
Los Gatos Auto Technicians. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. They're in Los Gatos, California, and if you need your car fixed, go see Dave in there and the boys, and get your car tuned up, get your oil changed, get a window cleaned and replaced, and fix the fender and and rotate your tires and Los Gatos Auto Tech. Go see them. All right. So Northern California, there you are, down
And
in the
all that
South Bay
jazz.
area. Yeah. Because they subscribe to the show and we love them. So thank you, boys, for listening up and checking us out. Yeah, if you do get the chance, it would be nice for you to give us a thumbs up on the old Facebook and YouTube and subscribe on the YouTube and all that. And or listen up on the podcast sites. You got Anchor FM, you got Google Podcasts, Spotify, all that stuff. Anyway, so back to the weirdness and the quirkiness of our little quirks and fetishes. I will say, and I know it may not seem like it, but I like to keep my fingernails very short. And I like to, I don't like using a nail clipper. I have
Really? So how do you, what do you do?
I will chew them. I mean, now that I'm married and a responsible adult, I try to use a nail clipper because I've been pointed out it's pretty gross to sit and chew your fingernails. But if
so
there's a little imperfection, it will drive me nuts, and I will sit there and I'll file it down with my teeth until I get it perfectly smoothed out and rounded. And yeah, it's that's another little weird quirky thing that the old Christian here does. You know what I'm saying? So that's
It's a weird little quirk I had, speaking of fingernails. When I was working in a restaurant, I would keep my fingernails a little long, not like long,
right,
but
for holding
a little bit
vegetables
long.
while you're slicing along.
And so because they were actually easier to clean than short ones. And then just take a brush and they would actually clean up easier when they were a little bit longer.
Yeah,
whereas when you're short, like I don't know, it's weird.
It's a musician thing.
And then Glenn here says it's a musician thing. When I'm playing guitar, the guitar takes care of my fingernails for me. Like
it's true.
Well put, just Glenn. The strings just grind them down.
So Glenn, do you got any weird little quirky things that only you seem to notice, or anything like that? Paul apparently thinks, still using his Wii. And for some reason, when I saw Wii, I instantly, and I swear I have no idea why, but I thought of Viagra.
Why?
I don't know. Because my brain works that way. I don't know.
That's just
saw
weird, dude.
WII, and I was about to say, why is he talking about Viagra? I don't know. It's just a freaky, weird thing.
That is weird. That's really weird.
I'm a weird, sad little old man.
But hey, do you have a Wii or a Wii U? He probably has a Wii.
The question is posed.
We had to buy a second Wii. Our first one stopped playing discs.
Oh, well, that's because,
And then we bought a Wii U. Yeah.
So
we don't have kids, though, so you got to blow money somewhere.
I'm bringing up a little Peter Gabriel here, not only in honor of Glenn, because I know Glenn enjoys Peter Gabriel like I do, but also because it's in your eyes. And it's all okay in your eyes. But, everybody else may think you're a freak. Who cares what other people think? You do you, as they say in this crazy, whacked out world. And that's what it's all about, baby.
That's right.
I keep going into the stupid Austin Powers voice. But it's because I just want to be a little evil. We'll have all the listeners liquidated. Okay? Get it now. Yeah. All right.
$1 million. What is the? And they're like, well, sir, your one company just made that last year alone.
Made that and I'm still down with playing Pac World 3 on PS. There you go, Matt.
Oh, there you are, man.
PS2 addict. Yes, Glenn. We're all freaks. It doesn't matter. You're in good company here on the old Random Kristian show. We're freaky deaky, baby. Yes.
Hey, we sometimes like to bust out the old original Nintendo.
Oh yeah, the old school
Yeah,
Nintendos. Yeah,
I mean
that's like made such a big comeback. And
has it.
there was
Dr. Mario's my jam on that.
yeah, there was somewhere they found in Phoenix a guy buried a container full of the old original Nintendos, like buried it
Really?
underground.
Yeah.
Went and dug it up. Like I guess he bought it. He bought all this stuff back when it was brand new.
Oh, so
Stored
it's
it.
like still in box and
Yeah.
stuff?
Oh, these. Yeah,
Ooh,
these
that's
were
for
skids.
bank.
Yeah, and that's what he did. He
Wow.
unearthed it and turned around, started selling it all on the internet and making $2 baby.
Mint condish, as they say.
Mm.
Wow. Not near mint. Mint.
Oh no, mint, brand
Like
new out
old
of the
stock,
box.
man. Like, holy cow, that's
Yeah, that's
wow.
so.
That's crazy.
Now I will also say, because I was in radio and I am doing voiceover work and things like that, which is kjvoiceworks@gmail.com if you need some voice work done for you.
And he does more stuff than just Dr. Evil.
Oh yeah, yes. I do several different voices, and I think we've all heard my Homer Simpson. But anyway, okay.
Anyway.
I was gonna say, excuse me, because I was in radio and I did a lot of commercial production and things like that. I notice production failures, especially like on the radio and in commercials and stuff. And I'll sit there and like I'll point them out, and everybody's like, "Okay, I don't get it. I didn't even realize it." You're like, "How did you miss that?" And it's like,
There was a quarter-second gap there. The guy totally screwed up.
yeah, and I will notice something like that, or like a little delay or a glib, where you can hear the digital editing got screwed up or whatever, and I will just obsess on it. I'll be like, "Oh my god, I got to hear that commercial again." They're like, "Really?" Yeah. I'm like, "No, but you see," and like if I hear it again, I'll be like, "No, listen, right there. Did you hear it? Did you hear it?" And everybody's like, "Okay, dude, you'll just have to, you're gonna have to enjoy your little old world there, guy, because nobody really cares.
Yeah.
We hit the button on the commercials and go to the next station, or we're listening to our iTunes or whatever." Let's see, what is Glenn's chiming in here. Glenn, maybe at your new house.
What are wacky packs?
What wacky packs? What is that?
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, look at that. I just found something I can do.
That's really cool. I like that. This is like Christmas Day here, man.
Stash of. What are wacky packs? I know what those are. I remember the name.
All right, Glenn, you gotta share the wacky packs, or do I have to Google that?
I think you're gonna have to Google it.
I'll
Google it?
Google it. GTS. You'll go duck it.
Go, duck, go.
When I say go duck,
I thought that was like some new wacky cartoon character. I can go duck.
oh, wacky packs. Gotcha.
I know the name, Glenn. I
Like
do remember.
stickers of humorous trading cards featuring parodies of consumer products.
Oh, yes. Okay, yes, wacky.
Yeah.
Ooh, I would love to find a bunch of that stuff.
That would be pretty sweet.
We used to put them like on book covers and stuff, or your binder, and skateboards and stuff. Oh, look, Glenn.
You should slap up that so other people can click
there.
that.
There you go, folks. Check
I can't
on
click
that. Aight.
That's pretty awesome.
That is cool. Way to go, Glenn. Nice pool, bud.
Nice.
Yeah,
those wacky packs would be pretty sweet to dig up. If you had like a case of those, just like brand new mint ones, how much money you could make.
Glenn says they're not politically correct, but God bless them. Yeah, well, you know what? It's like
That's what makes
watching.
them so funny, though.
Yeah, and it's like watching Blazing Saddles. You know, it is not. Uh, what do you say? Crust
Crust.
toothpaste. Yep. And then
The Garbage Pail
Peaches.
Kids
Peaches.
also would be pretty.
Oh yeah, Peaches. That's right. Now, how many? Do you remember Peaches? Those folders that we used to get.
Sex is peachy, or love is peachy, but sex is like. Anyway.
But you like used to drew like penises on the guys playing, and
The baseball player like put like spikes and stuff on that, and give them like Viking horns and.
And if nobody knows what a peachy is, it was an old folder. It was like almost cardboard like
Manila.
Paper. What else are we saying here? Pull my finger. And they were like what do they call them now? Trapper keepers or something like that.
Yeah, pretty much. It's I don't think.
No. I don't know. Anyway, so
who knows what the kids use these days?
But anyway, they had pictures of sports figures and stuff. There was a guy playing football. There was a girl playing tennis, and a guy playing baseball. I think there was
a guy running track with like a like a relay race kind of thing.
Yeah, and I used to as I got older, I changed the running stick into a bong, and yeah, no, it was good times. So anyway, yeah, and so it is what it is.
Well, they still make them peachy folders.
Do they really?
Yeah, you can buy a 5-pack of them in colors now from Walmart for like $10
with all the little figures and stuff on it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna click that.
Wow, we are old.
Yeah, look at that. You got yourself a tennis player. It looks like they kind of. No, they did not update them.
Oh, wow.
Running people, tennis lady, a couple of football guys getting ready to make out.
Whoa. That's called contact football.
Yeah. Show me the back of them, though. That's pretty cool.
Wow. Well, there you go. So, hey.
Far out.
Far out, man.
For theme songs.
Wait, hold on. I got to go back to the chat. I was trying to do part theme song.
No.
What?
Oh, a parody music.
Ah, yes.
Was big at one time.
Uh-huh.
That's hilarious.
Let me rephrase that. Ooh, my butt hurts. Wait, hold on. I'm reading as we go along. I remember that song. Oh, gosh.
Mad Magazine. That would be awesome.
Mad Magazines. They just recently made like the last printed Mad Magazine. That's so sad. I guess it's all digital now, or what?
I guess. I mean, I haven't looked at a Mad Magazine since the 90s. No, I must have picked one up at some point in the grocery store and gone, wow, I haven't read a Mad Magazine in forever.
Ah, okay. Paul says he removes dead flowers, especially roses, from other people's plants. And that's, yeah, I get it. That's, it's just something like that. Yeah. And oh man, I have a father who used to be very obsessive compulsive, I guess, or OCD, whatever you want to call it. And we were at a holiday party or something. I can't remember, back in the days. And he was in the restroom, and I was waiting to use the restroom behind him. And I said, Dad, I really got to go to the bathroom. So he let me in while he was washing his hands. And then I caught him doing this, straightening all the hand towels and rearranging stuff on the bathroom counter. I was like, what in the hell are you doing, old man? And he's like, whoa, it's just kind of messy. I'm like, it's their stuff. Leave it alone. Okay, this isn't your house, you freak. Quit playing around with other people.
Wow.
Oh, I just wanted to make it look nice. I was like, oh, you are just a weird, weird old man. And yeah, so we left that party, and actually we were kicked out because they found out he was touching all his crap. I'm just kidding. But,
Why's that weird guy touching on my stuff? Why you got to touch that? Don't touch that. That's my stuff. I don't know you. Wait.
But yeah.
You probably did if you got invited to the party. So
yeah, well, pretty much.
What are you gonna do?
So anyway, so yeah, that's you know, these are all little weird things that we all do, and you know, there's nothing wrong with it. That's what makes us all different and unique, right? You know?
Yeah.
We all get to have fun, and
makes everything so much fun.
Makes you like a voodoo child, baby. Oh yeah, a little Stevie Ray Vaughan. Wow. One guy I wish I would have really seen in concert, Stevie Ray Vaughan. That would have been insane.
Good show.
Dude, he's so amazing. Just an amazing musician. Big loss. Anyway, so this is what we've been talking about all day, and you know, it is what it is. We all have our little weird, quirky things. Speaking of Voodoo Child and all that, so Matt,
yeah,
the world didn't end yesterday.
Why would it? Oh, I heard on the show the other day, that guy asking, like, what do we do if the world ends? Like, if the world ends and you're still here, you can probably take a day off or two. I mean,
well, like I said, my
wrap your head around what happened.
You know, my boss just basically straight-faced told him, he said, well, I'd say give me a call on the cell phone, but I'm pretty sure cell phones won't be working if the end of the world is near. So
go grab a Twinkie and commune with the cockroaches. And
wait, what is this here? I was said McDonald's having oh my gosh, Glenn. Seriously? Oh, I would pay you good money for those. Oh my goodness. Because you know I happen to know a certain kind of guy that enjoys Happy Meals. Because they make me happy. And especially when they said donut Happy Meals. Donuts.
Now,
but
did the Krusty Burger have what was Krusty Burger? I'm going to look this up. Krusty Burger's Happy Meal.
I actually have some, what are they called? Somebody tell me what they are. The watches. The little talking watches that, the stupid monkey ate them all and crapped them out.
What?
Oh,
Laffy Meal.
What's that?
Sorry. The Krusty Burger from the show The Simpsons.
Yes.
Their kids' meal are called a Laffy Meal.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, from Krusty Burger. Yeah. Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Totally safe and toxic.
Yeah.
Oh, kids, I tell you, sometimes it's just all I gotta do to get out of bed. That's why I have a couple of packs of cigarettes and some coffee with a little something in it, if you know what I mean.
You really need that list of characters.
I know. I've got to get it together, but I've got to practice them a little bit before I give you the list. Because, you know, if you jump from Ran, who wants to murder this stupid cat sometimes, oh, Ran, why do you have to talk like that? It's hard to jump from voice to voice without a little practice. Oh, they were Burger King. Oh, well, geez, Glenn. Now I'm let down. Okay.
Now here's an interesting bit of trivia, having just watched Iron Man. when he gets back, he wants an American hamburger.
And
They go to Burger King.
Yeah. Which, if, besides going to In-N-Out,
But I'm sure he was back east first. Iron Man, when he landed, I'm sure they were back east.
Well, maybe. But no, because they were in L.A. That's where he did his press conference.
Oh, is that where they came back to?
Yeah. He came back to the Stark Industries in Los Angeles.
Okay.
So, but ironically, in the comic books, everything was based out in New York. Did you know that? Stark Tower?
Well, Stark Tower is in New York once they get it going.
Right. So, but and no, I'm not.
He just had a house in Malibu.
Right.
In the Boo.
In the Boo.
But so you were going to say something. Well, maybe you already said it. But my wife, when we were watching, she's like, "Oh, there's no way that Tony Stark is going to go get a Burger King burger." And I was like, honestly, if you had gone through what he did in the first movie and he wanted an American burger when he got back, a Whopper or 4 or 5, if you're hungry, man, a Whopper's good.
Dude, double Whopper with cheese is really good.
I mean, they're not the best burger in the world, but when you've been in a cave for however long he was, and you had a giant, hand-built Iron Man suit, and you just got, you just fought your way out of something and everything. I bet a couple Whoppers would be delicious.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
And speaking of burgers, another one of my weird quirks is whenever a new restaurant opens, if they have a hamburger on the menu, I'll order it.
That's the first thing to order.
Because I want to see how they treat a lowly hamburger.
Right.
I mean, if
you can make the hamburger good, then the rest of the menu is going to be pretty dang good.
Right. And not only that, I can tell you by looking at it if it was frozen or fresh meat, and whether it was preformed or hand formed. If it was fresh, before I even take a bite. And you take a bite and you're like, it's not bad, or like, oh my God. But then the trick is you have to go back a second time and order it again.
Just to make sure.
Consistency. So like if they can take this, it was a pretty good burger that, that first time, and you're like, oh, not bad. Go back a couple weeks later and see how the next random cook's going to do it. And if there's consistency there, then that might be a very good restaurant. Because some other one, people will get like, oh, I got, like the pork chops and the blah, blah, blah with the potatoes au gratin, and it was delicious. Well, I would hope so. But burgers.
Yeah. Well, I get it. Yeah. Go back for consistency. So you should be like a food critic, dude. You know what I'm saying?
What I should do is start taking photos of the food I cook and start doing stock photography with food.
Okay.
And my brother is computer illiterate, so.
Well, hey, Paul, no, we dig it. And we're going to have to do a whole thing on comics, Marvel versus DC versus, whatever.
Because you're a comic book nerd too, right? And I use the word nerd lovingly.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, I used to really be into it, but it started getting way beyond me after a while. I mean, there was so many, backstories, and always been a huge Iron Man fan, more Marvel than anything. Loved Batman. That was really the only DC thing I really, really enjoyed. I never got into Superman. I just couldn't do it.
He was too much of a goody two shoes for me.
It wasn't that. It was just, he's boring because nothing can hurt him, But that you know what? That's
unlike the actors that play him.
Well, oh wow, boom! Oops. Matt drops it right there.
Yeah,
and you know what?
The first one, wasn't it deemed suicide?
I don't.
Or something like that. The first actor that played him.
I don't know.
in the TV show?
We're gonna have to do that Tuesday. We'll do comics, because we are getting the whole wrap up thing here. So let's
Oh, are we? Who's giving it to us?
let's give the let's do it.
You tell Lyle to go shove it.
And I have forgot to mention so much about Lyle, but yeah, Lyle's been in the background because he was on suspension for screwing everything up so bad, and then he's been working with the internet people and trying to get things worked. And so far today, Lyle.
Well, and I'll have to say that, like, how bad are you at your job that a teenage girl is the one that actually made this actually happen? Not that there's anything wrong with being a teenage girl. I'm just saying Lyle should know his stuff, and he doesn't.
Yeah, well, Lyle's old and stubborn, and so plus he did a lot of partying back in the days, so we give him what he's due, and he's redeemed himself a little bit here. So we will let's call it a wrap, and let's go get ready to enjoy the rest of our weekend, and that's coming up. And you know what? Yeah, Tuesday we'll be doing some comic book talking, I think, what we're going to be doing. So go read through your comics. Go read through, watch your movies.
I'll watch the movies because I unlike you and my brother, I never really was a big comic book person.
Yeah.
I like the X-Men.
Yeah. All right.
Wolverine especially. And that's mostly because the hair. I mean, he's got great hair.
Yeah, well, that's true.
And the added
and he's just pretty damn
claws. Schnick, schnick. What a great sound, right? I'll schnick you.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Schnicky.
So yeah, let's do that. Let's go wrap things up here, and I'm trying to bring up some of our theme music here from the old Dead Campers, which, by the way, Dead Campers, if you guys want to hear some great music that we actually use here on the show, it is our house band, and let's end with a little Hawaii 5-0 from the old Dead Campers. They're a house band. They're out there. They've got their album out on YouTube and whatnot.
Nice.
Dead Campers at youtube.com, I think. You can go through and check it out and download it. And here they come. There they are. The siren warns us that it's time to get out of here and get going. So, Matthew, thank you so much for joining in today, brother. Appreciate you.
Thanks for having me. I was
listening and watching and tuning in. Glad to have you along for the ride. Weekend's coming up. Be safe. Be good to each other. Help each other out. Just do one nice thing for somebody somewhere along the way. It's going to chain effect and help somebody else out along the way down the road. So let's just do that. Every day, do one nice random thing. All right? In the meantime, love you. Peace. Thank you so much, Matt. We will talk to you Tuesday, my man. And
all right, I'll be here.
And thank you so much for joining in, all of you. I want to say thanks again to the Dead Campers that you're listening to here. Also want to say thank you to Los Gatos Auto Tech. If you're in the South Bay in California, go take your car in there, get them tuned up, get tires changed, and get all the fun stuff going on. All right, guys. Check us out. Give us thumbs up on Facebook and on YouTube, and subscribe, or listen up on Anchor.fm and Google Podcasts, all your little favorite podcast sites. Give us a listen and pass the word around. All right. And make sure you join in every Tuesday and Thursday at 2:30. We're going to be out here. We're going to be doing it one way or another. So appreciate y'all checking it out. And what? Yes, if we're going to cover the Ventures, we're going to do it Dead Camper style. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Tuesday. Peace out.